Chat challenged us to hand paint two things or people that go together using perfect match gel polish only. Did you guess? The inspiration for my design was William Shakespeare, the infamous playwright, and his comedy and tragedy. Comedy and tragedy are complementary while at the same time they're complete opposites. Here's my finished design for comedy and tragedy. Now let me show you how I made them. My finished design, complete with lilies the actors would often receive. Use black velvet to create the outline of the sad and happy drama mask faces. For the yellow mask, mix lemon drop and flawless white, and for the red mask, use cherry Cosmo and flirt alert. Using a fine line brush, I painted the base and used a light and darker version to highlight and shade. Using the same colours, paint the masks over the faces. Use black velvet to create a lace effect. Draw the outline of the masked lady in pencil and mix the skin tone colour with Mia Moore, lemon drop, flawless white and cocoa kisses. Create the darker parts of the mask with concrete jungle and black velvet. Mix flirt alert and fairy dust together for the lips and use dark and light mixes for shading. Use the same shade on the hands as the face and add a touch of flirt alert for the nails. For the tear running down her face, use a small bead of Into the Deep and flawless white. Using flawless white, cherry Cosmo and black velvet to create the blooded knife in the hand inspired by Macbeth. Draw the outline with black velvet and using a mix of flawless white and concrete jungle shade to give a vintage clay mask effect. Add the eyes and mouth using black velvet. Apply cherry Cosmo to one mask and a mix of Into the Deep and black velvet to create the jester print on the other mask. Use flirt alert to create the shape of an apple and apply a dark blue mix as used in the previous mask as the background. Leave one side of the apple open as if it's had a bite taken out of it, like Snow White and the poison apple. Shade with a mix of divine wine and cherry Cosmo and highlight with flawless white. Fill in the bitter side of the apple with this dark shade. Create the silhouette of the Macbeth witches with black velvet. Use flawless white to add the moon and shade with a touch of lemon drop. Use a stipple brush to pattern the clouds with flawless white. Create the shape of a draping curtain using flirt alert. Add the folds and fill the remaining nail with black velvet. To create the torn heart, use flirt alert and lemon drop. Apply high voltage and Into the Deep for the poison spill and apply acetone to give a cloudy look. Mix Into the Deep with high gloss top coat for the poison bottle. For the raised rose, lay a cherry Cosmo, curing each layer until you have got the desired height and shade with divine wine. Use flirt alert to create the outlining stripes on the leggings, then fill in with Into the Blue. Continue to add Into the Blue to add detail. Keep adding different patterns on the leggings using flirt alert, lemon drop, Into the Blue and black velvet. Outline the patterns in black velvet to make the patterns pop. Use white flawless to add a fleur-de-lis, the name of my parents' local pub. Shade the face using the same colour as the masked lady. For the donkey mask, use Harmony with black velvet and flawless white to add detail and texture. The nose was created with black velvet and flawless white. No nail inspired by Shakespeare would be complete without a scroll and quill. Using Cocoa Kisses and Harmony. For the dream bubbles, use a small brush to paint a thin circle of ultra thin base coat and cure. Create a toadstool, love heart, fairy silhouette and encapsulate some crystal pixie in these circles. Use ultra thin base coat to adhere the dream bubbles to the nail. Apply 2 coats of black velvet and paint the outline of the mask with flawless white and fill in. Use ultra thin base coat to adhere the black and silver crystal pixie to the black side of the mask and cure. Use cherry Cosmo to create the shape of lips around the eye to create a mask on a mask. Use high gloss top coat to create a raised finish on the lips. Use black velvet to paint the outline and flawless white to fill in. Use black velvet and flawless white to create the masked Joker. Repeat the same technique using cherry Cosmo. I hope you enjoyed watching my inspiration and process.